Tyrone, it's not good enough, okay? Like, it's not good enough. Not no two. Oh, I just turned on the thing. Not no 2.7 out of 5. That's not good enough for me. Like, no. Hold on, let me. We gonna watch this because like what? Uh, it's worse than actually the main thing, but like a 2.7 out of 5 Tyrone. I don't know. Is Tyrone a true Stitch fan? I don't know, but let me start with this introduction. Let me see if a couple people get in, or let me double check everything. Make sure everything is good on my side. Make sure my volume is good. Volume is good. I'm gonna pin this comment. We're gonna get at least like 2, 3 people in here, and then we're gonna start this off because I got a lot of things to say. I've been making a bunch of memes. I just gotta say something, like, and I'm kind of scared. Like, should I watch this movie or should I watch this movie? Let me see if I can get some people in here. We are literally on 1:30 right now. Welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. Lord, can you stay, please? She's sliding. Lighting is everything. Nothing behind there, right? Let me put my chain since it's right there. I don't know. It's gonna go through. Yes, it's gonna go through. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get the check on. Gone too fast. Alrighty. Come on now. I need at least like 2 people in here. I ain't gonna hold you. I have not done a live in so long, so I don't know who's gonna show up. I know everybody spawned on the freaking Streamers University, so all my damn creators are probably over there going crazy. Like I said, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to at least get at least 2 to 3 people in here. I have not done a live in God knows how long, but we're gonna see maybe in the next minute to 2 minutes, see if another person comes in. If not, I will just go off deck and just get right into the reaction. Let me hear Tyrone. He gave it a 2.7 out of 5, so we just got a couple people in here. Let me start off this introduction. What is going on, guys? It's your boy Torrano coming back in with another LIVE, another live. So this one is just going to be reacting to pretty much what I found. I don't know if you guys seen the newest movie, Lilo and Stitch. I've been making a bunch of memes about it. The meme that I just did today actually got over 3,000 likes so far. Or not 3,000 likes, but 3,000 views. Over on my TikTok, I just did a reaction for over there. And then for my Instagram, I showed it over there too. So I'm cooking. I don't know who's seen the movie already. What up? What up, Takeoff Podcast? What up? What up? I don't know if anybody's seen the movie already. I kind of had the people like kind of spoil the movie for me, but either ways, we're gonna get into it. We're gonna do a little live reaction. So far, I just recently watched the video of Tyrone. He said he liked it so far, but really, if you don't have Gontu in it, spoiler alert, Gontu's not in it. General Gontu's not in it. Jamba looked weird. He looked really like, I don't know. The design choice was just not cutting it for me. Stitch wise, I like Stitch. Like, he looks completely fine. I'm not trying to like hate on the movie already, but like, bro, how do you not have the movie with the main villain, which is Gontu? Like, he's literally sets everything up off of Gontu. I had to rewatch everything over again, but like for my Gontu fans, man, you might as well stay home because he's not in the damn movie. So either ways, I'm gonna get to this reaction. I want to let you guys know. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments below. If you are new, definitely hit the notification bell. I got lives coming in almost every weekend. I'm going to try my best to do it every weekend. I got a bunch of projects coming in soon. I got all links in the description down below. So disclaimer, I wish I could put it up on the screen, but I don't have that on the live. So thank you guys for joining in. I thank y'all for the support. I'm creeping my way up to 1K. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the support. I'm doing my best out here. I'm trying my best to accomplish small things every day. And I'm just living the life the best I can. So let's get on to this. I got one video that I do want to react to, but we'll hear about Tyrone for this last portion right here.
It's essentially the same
let's go.
movie. So, but I gotta say,
yep,
I actually enjoyed the animated version more than this one.
Yeah, we always do.
So
we always do.
The animated version
is just way more.
I would give.
It's like a 2.8.
3.
It's
a
3
out of 5.
Okay, 3 out of 5.
This one I would give.
Yeah.
Like a 2.75.
He gave it a 2.7 out of 5. So
2.75.
That's not. But it is a
was good.
It's a Disney.
The acting was Disney. Yeah. TV show acting.
Yeah, whatever type shit.
Disney.
Kind of
kid show.
Yeah.
Acting, which is a little, extra.
Yeah.
You know how that acting is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would give it a 2.7.
Yeah, he gave it a 2.75. So
it's better than that because Matt is 2.5. You go either way. But I kind of like
it's still.
Would I watch it again?
No,
because I like the animated one more.
Way more.
But if it was on, I'd watch it.
You watch it.
However, if you're a big fan, I would say go see it. Because who knows, you may end up liking it more. But it's just so much more you can do with animation. Because it's animated, you can do anything you want. You know what I mean? So yeah, the live action has some limits.
Obviously,
that makes me wonder.
Do you think we'll break any records? It possibly could.
Doing certain things with.
Yeah, let's stop with that. It possibly could because it is a Disney movie. It's a live action type of movie, but I don't think it's on par with the same type of vibe from the original, like the animated version. It's not as good, especially if you take a couple of characters out and change some certain things. It's just not as good as the main like storyline. Like that's why he put the original one over this one. You can do all the gimmicks and gaddy, but if you don't have like the actual main storyline as the way it is, or like tinker it up a little bit, then it's just kind of like it's a no-go for me. Because like, why would you take, I hate movies, live action movies, where they take certain characters and they put them in different type of things, or they just take a certain character out, and it's just like, even the race swapping and the gender swapping, it's just like, what are we doing here? Like, just keep the main story. All you have to do is take the main story from the animation, put it on there, tinker it a little bit to make it a better, especially going around finding ideas from like the theorists and all that. Tinker it down, put that on the actual live action one, and you'll be fine. This is why I don't like live action. It's just horrible. Lately, only their movies with Pixar breaks. I can't even talk today. Lately, only their movies with Pixar breaks records outside of Marvel and Lucasfilms. 100%. And even like Star Wars just after the Last Jedi. It just it wasn't really hitting for me. Like I didn't like The Last Jedi at all. I don't want to disrespect Star Wars, but like, bro, what are we doing here? Like, you empowering, but like Ben Solo, he was just, I didn't get his storyline. One moment he did, and then they have a little connection with Rey. I'm like, but I thought it was supposed to be the black guy. Like, I got confused. After the Star Wars trilogy, I was confused. And then they have the occult light, whatever, something on Disney Plus. I see it all the time now, especially knowing that Star Wars just came out with a little Fortnite little mix up. Like, I just been seeing a bunch of Star Wars. Even they were talking even about Battlefront 3 coming out. Like, bro, EA ain't gonna do nothing right now. We have Fortnite. Like, EA don't really need to do nothing. Plus, there's not really any crazy Star Wars stuff going on other than Andor. They might have the Mandalorian, but I highly doubt they have Mandalorian stuff. But like, it's just like, what are we doing here? Like Pixar, I respect Pixar way more now, because Pixar is cooking, and you know some of their movies have been a little questionable, but like, bro, I'm waiting for this Toy Story 5 to come out. I don't know if you guys seen the trailer for that. I don't even know if they have a trailer, but I'm waiting for that to come out. What else is supposed to come out? Some other projects and stuff, but I kind of just I don't know. I'm not really messing with the live action, but let me get actually back to the main thing that I want to react to. Thank God. Okay, let's get on to this. Oh my God! It took me goddamn. I knows how long. Did she just put? I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not gonna say nothing. I am not gonna say nothing. No, I want to say something. Yeah, but let's get on to this reaction, y'all. Spoiler. Which I really don't care. I'm just gonna
Apologies for opening this video with a live-action Jumbo jump scare. It may have gotten the point across, but statistically, at least 2 people
Jumbo
watching
looks
this
like
video went to cardiac arrest, and I feel guilty about that. But anyway, yeah, just when there was a slim chance that Disney live-action remakes were gonna go out of fashion after Snow White, I don't know, existed,
Snow White was
Lilo and
trash.
Stitch comes swooping in with the steel chair and is looking to completely ravage the box office in the coming weeks, which isn't a surprise when you consider the fact that Stitch is the closest thing Disney has to Mickey Mouse at this point, and the fact they pulled out so hard on the marketing. But it's definitely depressing that this film is single-handedly going to save the future of these live-action remakes. If
Not
the film
really.
somehow bombs after this video comes out, then take it as a sign from God. Anyway, I love Lilo and Stitch. I grew up with this film, and it's one of my favorite Disney films ever. It's iconic, it's funny, it's very sweet, and even though it was likely unintentional, I always loved the fanfare of Lilo being autistic, and for that fact alone, the film meant a lot to me as a kid. And I know I'm not alone in thinking that. You've all seen Lilo and Stitch. You all know
I've seen
why this
Lilo and
movie is
Stitch
a
for so
classic.
long.
And I rewatched it just before going to see this movie, so that it was perfectly fresh in my mind, and I was able to mentally compare it to the utter abomination I was about to witness. That's a pro tip for any of you interested in watching this movie, by the way. Rewatch the original Lilo and Stitch in full, and then go and watch the remake, and you will be genuinely astounded at how badly it screws up everything. Yeah, jumping the gun a little bit here. Fuck this movie. The Lilo and Stitch live-action remake is shockingly bad. And I've seen lots of people saying this is one of the better Disney live-action remakes in recent memory for some reason, and I just respectfully disagree. This is easily one of the worst, at least to me anyway. It may be biased talking because, again, I grew up with the original movie and love it to pieces,
we all did.
but I do not believe this is a faithful remake in the slightest. This is why I recommend you watch the original Lilo and Stitch before the remake, because these Disney live-action remakes love banking on your nostalgia, and it's what carries them with general audiences who don't remember much of the original movies other than what they watched during their childhood. Because while the plot hits the same beats and features most of the same characters, it completely fumbles the fundamentals, does everything worse, and at the very end completely misses the entire point of the story just for the sake of being different from the original. So let's begin. There will be spoilers in this video, mind.
Spoilers!
I know what you're thinking. Spoilers for Lilo and Stitch, get out of here. But there are some changes made to the original here, and also you would not believe how many people genuinely get upset when I don't give a spoiler warning, so here you go. Not like you care much anyway. Okay, I'll get some nice things out of the way in order to push my agenda of me not being a miserable bastard who hates fun. Chris Sanders still sounds great as Stitch, no complaints there, and Stitch himself actually looks really good. I was initially a bit concerned of how Stitch would look and how there would be a very strong possibility he would fall into the uncanny valley, but he's just as adorable in this movie as he's always been, and they were clearly able to cut loose a bit of the animation compared to other Disney remakes to try to keep things looking painfully realistic. Stitch, naturally being an alien, has allowed him to retain his cartoony design and all the antics that come with that, so I think it works pretty great. Stitch is the only good part of this movie.
I was about to say he's the only good part of this movie.
I'm not going to go too in depth of how much of a blatant visual downgrade this movie is compared to the original, because it always goes without saying with these remakes. So I'm just going to acknowledge it here because there are so many iconic moments in the original film that are just butchered by how bland and boring the colors and cinematography are. The surfing scene genuinely got gutted, and that's my favorite scene in the whole film. So, Yeah, I wasn't very happy about that.
No,
okay, I'm going to actually
we
start with a pretty civil complaint. I think a lot of us are thinking the same thing, so, dear Disney, please stop trying to make everything Marvel. The dialogue in this movie is arguably some of the laziest attempts at writing Whedonisms I have ever seen.
Oh, the black dude is actually Homeboy.
From Blue Peter. I am sick of watching a movie and quickly coming to the realization that every motherfucker on the screen is talking like Tony Stark. Alright, with that out of the way, generally the movie sticks to the plot of the original, but just does things way worse. It feels significantly dumbed down and tamer compared to the original.
Wow.
Even if the fact that they added 2 fart jokes to the script wasn't enough proof. I mean, not to sound too whiny, but there is not only an Uptown Funk needle drop in this official Disney movie released in mid-2025, but it also continues the universally beloved movie tradition of having a screaming goat gag. You know, like nearly every family movie released in the last 10 years. It's actually just embarrassing at this point. I don't know what combination of 45-year-old men is putting these in movies. I genuinely don't know how this gag keeps sneaking into so many movies. The last time goats were funny was with fucking Goat Simulator.
Facts. Facts. That is facts, though. That is the only time goats have actually been funny. That goat, lion thing, whatever, laugh. And the other time is with Taylor Swift. I forgot the song, but they would put a goat noise over her singing, and I loved it every time because it was funny.
Significantly tamer and more playful in the earlier parts of the film, compared to how wild and savage he was in the original, which really takes away a lot of the impact of him naturally getting tamer and more caring as the film goes on. In the original, he was scratching and tearing things apart and pushing Lilo around constantly, yet here he pretty much immediately bonds with Lilo and acts so much more playfully. The whole ugly duckling metaphor is also completely dropped, which... Why? That's a massive part of Stitch's arc in the original. Yeah, it was cliche, but it worked very well. It was a key part of his growth from wild animal to a genuine part of Lilo's family. And I think it really sucks that this was just cut for no reason.
Oh,
in fact, when it comes to the characters, I think that's where the movie screws up the most. Oh, man, are there certainly some decisions being made here. There's one thing I know everyone is going to hate about this movie, and that's how it treats Jumba and Pleakley. First of all, holy shit, there is a reason why I don't show these guys in the trailers at all. They are horrifying to look at. Like, yeah, they're visually faithful to the source material, but they look hideous in a live-action setting. Oh, well, you would have complained if they looked completely different, so what's the problem here? And that's a very valid point. My counter to this is that maybe they shouldn't have made the movie in the first fucking place. And literally. Even though they do look horrifying, I still would have liked to see them for more than 5 minutes. For like 70% of their screen time, they're in human disguises. And I don't mean the intentionally bad and comedic disguises they wore in the original. I mean they literally just clothed themselves and looked like real actual humans, which is just so unabashedly lame. I know the main reason why they did this is because unlike every other Disney film that gets released nowadays, this movie was given a somewhat modest budget, given that they had to adapt from animation to more expensive animation that they call live action for some reason. But it just makes the film feel so soulless. The director actually wanted to include the more comedic disguises in the film, and specifically genuinely tried getting Pleakley to be put in drag again, but I guess Disney are just too afraid of Pleakley's bewitching good looks. And also, if this doesn't paint an accurate picture of how things are currently going in America right now, then I don't know what will. But this isn't the worst part. The worst part about all of this is what's done with Jumba specifically. You know how in the original, while Jumba had an antagonistic role, he was still a somewhat endearing and funny character that wasn't completely evil and helped save the day in the end, eventually becoming a big part of the family alongside Pleakley? Well, Jumba is the main fucking villain in this movie. Ow! Are you guys not ashamed? This is low even for you! To be frank, Jumba is just completely assassinated in this movie. He is not the same character. For one thing, his iconic Russian-sounding accent is completely gone, which takes away a lot of charm, and believe it or not, it really harms so much of his dialogue, and makes him much less funny and endearing. He instead just sounds like some nerdy, evil scientist, and it just doesn't fit him. I like Zach Galifianakis, but he is completely miscast here, and doesn't even attempt to make Jumba sound more like himself. And as a character, Jumba is just completely evil now, and also has this weird philosophy about attachment and family, and specifically goes out of his way to destroy all of Lilo's family pictures. And the entire time, I just felt kind of sick watching Jumba of all characters do this. Jumba should not be a villain, and the reason he is because Captain Gantu is nowhere to be found in this movie. Gantu was the main villain of the original Lilo and Stitch. Jumba and Pleakley were just comedic antagonists.
I freaking knew it.
Sucked at their jobs, but were still decent people.
That's all my freaking thing. thing is trending on TikTok.
Gantu doesn't work. It just doesn't. I get that they apparently couldn't get Gantu to work in live action because of the budget, but if you have to compromise this badly to the point that you turn one of the most lovable characters of the original into a sneering evil maniac, then what is the fucking point? I'm not against this remake's being different in some ways compared to the original, by the way. I know a lot of people will argue that there's no winning here because I think directly taking the original film and doing it in live action was lazy and pointless, but making changes to it is also
you should have just never made it in general.
Is that it should have been good. Sorry, it just should have been good. You can't change things for the sake of being different and have that be the end-all be-all. Jumbo does not work as a villain. End of story. And he's not the only character that got the short end of the stick here. Stitch got most of his depth removed, as stated. Lilo's behavior is extremely toned down to make her more likable, I guess. I guess some people were annoyed at how graphy Lilo was in the original, but it helped to sell the fact that she was a troubled kid. And her behavior overall helped a lot of children with autism relate to her, even though that was likely unintentional. But here it feels like they realized Lilo had become an autistic icon of some sort, so they really toned down her behavior. That's just what it feels like to me, though. Don't put too much stock in that. And I can still see autistic kids relating to her here, but I just don't like how overly sanitized this movie is compared to the first. Nani has also been toned down to be far less stressed out and angry at Lilo, but not much has really changed with her, except for the ending, which I'll talk about in a second. There's this new neighbor character I didn't catch the name of, who was apparently super close with Lilo and Nani to the point of
is the ice cream guy in the goddamn movie?
And not only does she pretty much do nothing interesting,
the fat guy with the ice cream, is he not in the movie?
To dumb the movie down further by making Nani feel much less alone and stretched.
And that girl with the glasses,
since she's also the one to take Lilo to get a dog in this movie, which fundamentally doesn't work, since that's what Nani wanted to do for Lilo to make her happy after over.
Is a lifeguard in the movie?
Friend in her room. David is just a dumbass now. He's completely.
We already know he's
stupid. And then we have
stupid.
Cobra Bubbles, and he's just so lame in this movie. In the original, Bubbles was a scary-looking and demanding but well-meaning social worker who genuinely cared for Lilo's safety. He was also secretly a CIA agent who had experience dealing with aliens in the past, allegedly saved the planet one time, and had also met the Grand Councilwoman, which helped smooth things over in the film's finale. He was a very simple character, but people liked him enough. In the remake, though, he's just an ultra-serious CIA agent who has never met the Grand Councilwoman, who later decides to disguise himself as a social worker just to have an opportunity to capture Stitch. He doesn't care for Lilo at all, and has to legitimately be convinced during the finale to help save her. He's also kind of split into two different characters because there's this new social worker character here who basically fulfills all of his previous moments as a social worker with none of the harshness that made him a legitimate antagonist and helped to increase the stakes for Lilo and Nani. Overall, I'm not happy at all with how this film treats its characters. This is horrible. So before we get into how the ending ruins everything, let's have a change of pace. My main problem with Lilo and Stitch 2025 is the fact that it feels like an abridged version of the original movie. I know I'm the guy who complains about pacing. I'm nearly 21 years old. I practically have one foot in the grave. I don't like when things go too fast, but
oh my god. Still though, why would y'all why would you make Jamba the main villain? He's not the main villain. He's just one of the scientists that was experimenting on Stitch. And where is General? Don't let me get angry. I'm about to get angry. I'm not watching. To be honest, I should watch the movie to see how bad it is, but knowing this review, I really don't want to watch it. It's just disrespectful. You already messed up The Lion King. You didn't need to make. You already messed up Snow White. You didn't need to make. What other movies had? All of them.
But the remake somehow manages.
This is why I hate live action movies.
The film just
the only good live action was The Beauty and the Beast.
It's a weird thing to describe.
That's it.
It just doesn't really have
and something else too. But
and in the rest of the movie, feels like it was made by someone just recalling all the scenes that happened.
Are they even in the movie?
Down on sticky notes. A lot of scenes from the original movie are way shorter, like the opening sequence of Stitch escaping the Galactic Federation. I was actually shocked to see that they managed to add an additional 20 minutes to the runtime somehow, because the film certainly didn't feel much longer, and it's not like the original stuff they crammed into here was paced any better either. And what definitely doesn't help how fast the movie moves is the fact that the editing just can't catch up. It does get its shit together around the halfway point, but for the first half of this movie,
it was struggling.
My god, like, you know that one scene in Bohemian Rhapsody everyone makes fun of where there's like a billion different cuts happening every 2 seconds? That's the exact issue this movie has, and it makes everything that happens super jarring. Scenes just happen with no way to connect them properly. It's below amateur work. It's an utter mess. Alright, now here's the part where I bitch about the ending. Not only is the ending insanely lame compared to the original, since Lilo and Stitch are captured together and defeat Jumbo together with no help, so Bubbles, Nani, and Pleakley just kind of do nothing but drive towards them the whole time. No spaceship fight or anything. But unlike
because you took the general out.
With all of them being under the protection of the Galactic Federation and Bubbles taking on a more parental role as he keeps an eye on them, Okay, well, all of that does still happen, but there's one major difference here that completely destroys the entire point of the movie. Nani is convinced by not only Lilo, but the useless neighbor character to leave Lilo to let her live with them and Bubbles while she leaves Hawaii to go study marine biology.
What?
What was the fucking point then? This ending really sucks. The whole point of the film was Lilo and Nani growing closer with Stitch in tow and becoming a proper family after the deaths of their parents left their family broken. Nani's main struggle throughout the whole movie is trying to keep custody of Lilo and stop her from being taken away by child services. The whole marine biology thing was mentioned like once or twice throughout the film, and now is suddenly enough for Nani to let go of Lilo. Not to mention, if the neighbor and David were going to offer to take care of Lilo anyway, then it completely removes all of the stakes. They even try to turn around the whole Ohana means family message so that she prioritizes herself and her own health. And in a way, I like the idea in concept, but it completely flies in the face of the entire movie. And I don't care that she uses Jumba's portal gun to go visit Lilo whenever she wants while she's at university, because that just makes it worse. It's a pointless cop-out and a painfully lame happy ending with no compromises. The original already had a happy ending with all of these lame cop-outs. It's just... this movie is lame. I hate it. I really do. They just should have never made it. Movie. I think the original is so much better. I am genuinely running out of things to say at this point. What it tries to copy one-to-one from the original, it does sloppily with a lazily abridged story, and the things it tries to do differently are just bad. Again, it might be my bias talking, but I consider this to be one of the worst Disney remakes by a considerable margin. Wow. I cannot stand this movie, and I'm sure plenty of families are gonna love it, and it's fine. But it just felt like this was completely designed by a committee of people who just wanted another chance to put Stitch's cute and marketable face on something to take another billion of your money. That's the end of the video. I'm out of things to say. I'm done. Go play Yakuza.
Yakuza! Yeah, well, we're cutting all that out. All links in the description down below for the main video. Disclaimer on everything. I'm just reacting to this. I'm just a reactor. Thank everybody for joining in. I'm really pissed right now, to be honest. I'm probably going to cut out that middle portion of me trying to find a goddamn video. First off, YouTube sucks at, just, if you look up a certain fucking, I don't even want to say it. But either ways, your boy Torrento is out. Whoever sees this in the future, just know this movie's not worth it to watch, to be honest. This movie's just not worth it to be watched. Like, just go watch the original. To be honest, go watch the original. Don't go watch this movie. Just watch the original. Obviously, Disney can't cook with a live action, so... And you heard it from him himself. This is damn near the worst live action movie so far from Disney. To be honest, you already missed it with Snow White. Snow White is trash. I don't even want to go see it. I don't support the character at all, to be honest. But to make another live action movie and to think that it's gonna help Disney and all this other stuff, no, you just understandable. Stitch is cool and stuff like Lilo, but if you're gonna change like damn near the whole goddamn thing, you should have just never even made it. It's even worse, especially when you try to animate in live action. It's gonna be worse, and you're gonna put all your budget on freaking trying to CGI everything. Jamba look like shh. Whatever Homeboy look like shh. You don't have General Gantu in there. And I can only imagine the other that we just heard from. I don't even. Links in the description down below if you guys want to go check out the main video. I'm done. I'm not going to go watch this movie. And I'm probably going to make more memes on it, to be honest, because it's really disrespectful. To the main original content, it's very disrespectful. So... either ways, guys, I got more stuff coming for you guys soon. I'll be reacting to more Lilo and Stitch stuff coming soon because it is part of my childhood. But I got more content coming for you guys soon. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how I'm doing in the comments below. If you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe. Hit that notification bell. I got more stuff coming for you guys soon. So I'll see you guys. And your boy Torrento is done. Disgraceful.